Hey everyone, welcome back to the complete mobile app development tutorial series using Google Flutter for beginners. This is the part 8 of this series. Friends, in this video tutorial, we are going to learn how to install Flutter on Windows computer. First we need to install Git. Git is a version control system, and we use it for tracking changes to our code. You do not necessarily mean to know how to use Git for this course. It's always good to know, but it's not essential for this course. We just need it on our computer, because Flutter depends on it, and we'll use it to install Flutter. So, make sure you go to this address git.scm.com/downloads, and download it for your operating system. Make sure you download this and install it before you go to the next step, which is to install Flutter. So, if you go to flutter.dev/docs/get-started/install, again all these links down below, you can choose your operating system. I'm on Windows, and then it's going to give me a guide on how to install this. So first of all, the system requirements, and you can see down here Get for Windows is a requirement, which is why we just installed it. And if we scroll down a bit, we can see down here Get the Flutter SDK. This is how we install Flutter onto the computer. So what we are going to be doing is using Git to clone a repository onto our computer. What that means is basically getting a load of code from the Flutter GitHub, and then putting it on our computer. That's essentially installing Flutter to our computer. What it does say is that we don't want to clone this into any kind of directory that requires elevated privileges, like program files. Instead, just do it directly into the C drive, in some kind of folders like source. Now I've already gone into my C drive, right here, and created this folder. That is where I am going to clone the GitHub repo. To do so, all we need to do is copy this line, and then we are going to use cmd, or command prompt, to install this. So the first thing we need to do is navigate into this source folder, right here, because this is where we are going to install Flutter. So I need to get to my C drive, then inside the source folder, currently I'm in C users Sean, so I need to cd up a couple of levels. So cd ... that means change directory, then change directory space, and then go into the source folder. So this is where we want to install Flutter. Now I'm just gonna paste in that line we copied from this website over here, and press enter. That is going to clone that GitHub repository from Flutter to our computer. Okay, so once that's installed, we can open up this Flutter folder inside the source folder, and now if we go down to the Flutter console, if we run this, we are going to get this Flutter console right here. So what we can essentially do now is run Flutter commands inside this console, and what I'm going to do is say Flutter Doctor, and this basically runs a little diagnostic for us on Flutter, and make sure it's installed correctly. I suppose now when you first run this, it's going to take a couple of minutes, and that's because it's checking the .sdk version, or rather downloading SDK, and it's just going to take a couple of minutes before it gives you some feedback. Alright, and so once that's all complete, hopefully, at the top you're going to get a green tick to say Flutter is installed, and we have a version number right there, and also Android Studio if you've installed that as well. So hopefully those are green ticks. It doesn't matter so much if these are not green ticks at the bottom. We know now we have Flutter installed on our computer. Now at the minute Flutter can be wrong inside this Flutter console, but it might be that if you try to run Flutter elsewhere on your computer, it doesn't work. For example, if we open up another command prompt, and press enter, if you try to write Flutter right here, and then say for example, the version, so double dash and then version, this might work for you, or it might not work. If it does work, then you don't need to do anything else. If it doesn't work, then you're gonna need to edit the path of variable on your environment variables, so that you can use Flutter everywhere on your computer. You can see right here, this worked because it told me what version of Flutter I have installed. But if it doesn't, then just go down here, it's likely an env, and then click edit the system environment variables, and then go to environment variables, right here, and you want to double click this path. So inside here you can see, I've got this one which is CSRC, Flutter, and bin. So that needs to be there, in order for us to use Flutter everywhere on the computer, and that's why it's worked for me over here, in the command prompt. If it didn't work for you, then just click on new, right here, and then inside this space, just type in C, then the colon, and then the /src/flutter/bin, or whatever directory you installed it. Okay, so once you've done that, click OK to add that, and then we're going to cross all this off. I want you to close your command prompt, and then try this again, flutter /version, then it should work. So now we have Flutter installed on our computer. So there we've got, my friends, that is your how to install Flutter video. I really do hope you enjoy this tutorial, and if you do like the tutorial, please my friends don't forget to share, subscribe, and like, and I'm gonna see you in the very next video tutorial soon.